Susan Teherani is our correspondent. She's now joining us back on the phone. Susan Teherani, Annunciation of Victory is the operation that Iran has called, and Qatar looks like it's the first nation to be hit.
Yes, the Al Udeid air base over there is really the heart of CENTCOM in the Middle East. Iran says it targeted U.S. forces in Qatar. Its operation is called Glad Tidings of Victory. And also it confirmed that Al Udeid air base has been targeted. Air defense systems were activated in Al-Assad air base in Iraq as well. Fear of potential attack. We're now learning that perhaps Iraq has also, that base has been attacked. They've been told to shelter in place. We'll get you confirmation on that. The White House says that the Pentagon is monitoring these threats. The White House and the Department of Defense, they are aware, they're closely monitoring. As you know, 1 o'clock, which is right now exactly, President Trump was scheduled since yesterday to exactly at this time meet with his national security team at the White House. The timing, of course, of these attacks exactly at 1 p.m. and that meeting is very curious. We're also hearing from Israeli media of the activation of sirens at U.S. bases in Kuwait and Bahrain. This is the entire Middle East region. This is where the majority of the 40,000 U.S. troops are stationed, which are very close proximity to Iran. We do know, as we talked, UAE airspace is closed, and at this point, UAE is also, the United Arab Emirates is also on high alert.
Just to confirm, the White House says that Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth and Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman Dan Kane are already in the Situation Room as we speak. A senior official said earlier that White House and Defense Department officials were monitoring potential attacks, threats to Al Udeid Air Base in Qatar. President Donald Trump toured the base last month, the first commander-in-chief to visit since 2003. It is the largest U.S. military installation in the Middle East, like Susan said there. Susan, I'm sure you're keeping your eyes out on what is happening at the White House, because I understand that any minute from now, President Trump will meet his Defense Secretary and Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman in the Situation Room. But the White House says that the meeting has already begun.
Yes, the meeting was scheduled at 1 p.m., which is, that would be about 4 minutes ago here in the United States East Coast. And as you mentioned, we now know that Pete Hegseth and others are in that Situation Room. Very likely that President Trump, of course, is there as well monitoring the situation. I do want to say that it's important to note that these military bases, notably the one in Qatar, Al Udeid, was evacuated from aircraft and personnel. Iraq was evacuated as well a few days ago. We'll have to assess the amount of damage that has been done, but many are wondering, you know, if this was a symbolic attack. Iran knew that these air bases were empty and is striking the installations, or whether or not something more sinister and severe is going to come out of these attacks, which in that case, that would be very dangerous. And I do want to say that Qatar, for the people of Qatar, which we're seeing videos of them seeing basically these missiles fly over Doha. These are very unusual sights, considering the fact that Qatar had tried to play mediator for so long between Israel, the Palestinians, the United States, and Iran for many years. So it is, you know, it's a huge development at this point. Israeli officials are now saying that Iran launched 10 missiles towards U.S. bases in Qatar. We're getting that from, we had 6 and now we're hearing it's 10.